Okay, so we're here today. We're going to talk to you about finances, right?
I know exactly.
When do we ever have enough? You know what I'm saying? When are the bills ever completely paid on time and we have just out of our hands enough money to go and say yes every time our kids ask for something, or, oh, I want to get that shirt and just grab it. Nobody. It's never enough. Even if you are rich and you have all the money in the world, it's never going to be enough. And so, I just want to talk to you a little bit today about finances and, what the Lord has kind of told me through the last few years about finances. He started talking to me on a personal level about prosperity and a couple years back, and I just knew that he was going to bless us with prosperity. I knew that that's what God was saying, and I didn't want to think that I was a person who was like, oh yeah, if you have enough faith, then God will, he's like a genie. He's going to magically take care of all of your money problems and blah, blah, blah. But then in my mind too, I was like, man, but God's not a liar. And I know for sure he's been talking to me in my heart on this level. So I've checked the mail daily looking for that check in the mail, and it never came. Well, it actually, it did eventually, which is kind of weird. But anyways, side note, not until he taught me a super valuable lesson. And I think he does want to bless us monetarily, but also spiritually. And I think that prosperity is spiritual. And it's about just prospering in the spirit, peace, love, joy. All of those things are worth more than silver and gold. And whenever you can come to a place where it doesn't matter how much money you have, it doesn't matter what you're lacking, it doesn't matter your circumstances or what's going on around you, but you have peace in the moment, knowing and trusting that God is going to provide, that he is your father and he wants good things for you. And so if we can ever get to a place where we can take our eyes off the money and fix them firmly on Jesus and just trust that sometimes a closed door is a blessing, and sometimes not enough gas that day is a blessing. I mean, you never know. We see the world through little bitty, vision. I think I heard it one time, through a rear view mirror or whatever, but God, he knows everything that's going to happen, everything that has happened, and he's going to do everything he can. He has plans to prosper us and not to harm us, plans to give us hope in a future. And sometimes we think that looks like $1 million or a bigger house or a bigger car, but can we be satisfied in our heart for the many blessings and gifts that the Lord has already given us? When did we start thinking that the blessings that we already have just weren't enough, and how do we get past that? And for one, my advice to you is be intentional about having a spirit of gratitude. Be thankful in everything. Look around and see your blessings and stop staring at your problems. There's nothing that worrying and trying to control and fix is gonna do for you. Let go, let God, and really give him the glory and honor that he deserves, guys, because let me tell you, at this day and time, even the poorest person is so very rich. And sometimes being rich is not such a blessing, and I'm not even going to go there today, but I love you guys, and if you have any questions, feel free to shoot one my way, and you have a great day.
Okay, I want one more question because you've been doing it for a long time. You've been telling me this for a long time. Okay, the waves of the sea. Because this is one that is really seeing.
Are you still recording?
Yes.
Okay.
This is one that is really, that God is teaching you through the finances, is in James, where it says, do not be tossed to and fro like the waves of the sea. And God is doing this through financial lessons that are coming pretty rapidly in your life right now. Is that not true?
Yes.
Okay, teach us this, because this is huge too. I need for people to know this, because I think this is one of the things that God is dealing with all of us on.
Okay.
Okay.
And this is not just financially, guys. This is
everything.
It's like fill in the blank. Are you hurting? Are you anxious? Are you, whatever is going on in your heart? James 1:5 It says, ask and the Lord will give generously, but do not be like the waves of the sea that are tossed to and fro. And the Lord spoke to me on a personal level on that because I realized that what he was talking about was what was in here, because it really doesn't matter what's going on around us. I mean, the world is going to turn. Things are going to happen. People are going to say things that offend us. We're not going to get a check in the mail. Bills are going to be overdue. The water's going to get shut off. We're not going to have enough gas. I mean, fill in the blank, whatever your problem is. I mean, this is what's going on in life. And there are things we just, cannot control. But when you stop and you realize that there are waves and wind going on inside of you, it's a perfect time to be intentional also and stop and fix your eyes on Jesus and just say, Lord, forgive me for trying to take control. Forgive me for that worry, that fear, that doubt, whatever it is, like I said, that's going on inside of you. But also, it just reminds me too of whenever Jesus was, I heard a guy talking about this the other day, and it was kind of along the same lines when Jesus was on the boat sleeping, and his disciples woke him up because the wind and the rain and the waves, everything was crazy, and they were like scared. I mean, they were scared, and Jesus woke up and he was like, "Whoa, be still." It's like their eyes, they weren't paying attention to the fact that Jesus was in the boat with them. Like all they could see was the wind and the waves. Do you know what I'm saying? So guys, when we realize that Jesus is in the boat with us, he is with us at all the times. He's never going to leave us or forsake us. He has great plans for us. I mean, fix your eyes on things like that, the truth. And that way you're not, looking at the wind and the waves. And Satan has nothing in you then. And it's all smokescreen. But anyway, love you guys.
Blessing. Peace be still.